Ellen McCauley at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. I've got a couple of articles here that I'd like you to read at home. It's very important. One is how to improve your health at any age, even after setbacks. There was an 82-year-old woman. She was afraid of falling. She joined a gym. She got a personal trainer. And now at 91, she feels younger and stronger than she ever did. We can improve our health at any age. Right now, we can eat more less unprocessed, like processed foods, ultra-processed foods. We can eat healthy things and move a little more and improve our health. The biggest overall payoff is life, the quality of life. I go on these cruises, and there's so many people that waited too long. They waited too long to cruise, and now they don't go on the excursions. They don't do things. You know, they're in maybe scooters, and they don't want to leave the ship. And travel when you can. Move while you can. You can make it better. Another thing is your mental health. Every day, it's so funny because my hairdresser booked me and someone else at the same time. And the other person was her BFF from high school. And she goes, I don't mind waiting. Well, it turns out she's now my BFF. We talked and talked and talked. She was there. She pulled up a chair when I was getting my hair done. And she's addicted to books. And we talked book. We talked about Kindles. We talked about day books. We talked about night books. We just talked about there's just not enough books. There's not enough time in the day to read all the books we want to read. And it was just what a wonderful talk we had. And one of the things I do for my mental health is I read self-help books in the hardcover fashion. On Kindle, I read fiction. On audio, I've been listening to nonfiction, and I like it. I didn't think I'd like audiobooks. I don't mind audio nonfiction. Also puzzles. I have 7 puzzles that I do every day. The Wordle, the Waffle, the Number Waffle, the Squaredle. I love it. It stimulates my brain. I like to do crossword puzzles. I like to do things that keep my mental health. I do Spanish every single day. So you can improve your mind no matter how old you are. You can keep learning. One other thing, 3 people tonight said, I'm never going to lose weight and keep it off. I know that right now. Here's what I think your biggest mistake is, that you are afraid of failure, so you don't even try. You sabotage yourself. You feel, and this is funny, failing makes you worry about what other people think about you. I feel that. I feel like if I'm a failure, I do worry, what are other people going to think if I gain the weight back? What are other people going to think? We need to be aware of how we think and not worry about other people, because most of the time they're not thinking about you at all. They're too busy thinking about themselves. So we need to care about ourselves. The second one, failing makes you worry about your ability to pursue the future you desire. Well, if your future is to lose weight and keep it off and you're not doing it, worrying about it isn't going to help you lose weight and keep it off. You have to do something about it. Failing makes you worry about how smart or capable you are. That's one of mine. I worry that people won't think I'm smart because I told you before, when I grew up, they would call us retards because my sister had a brain injury. And so I'm always like, I have to prove myself almost. And I'm better at it. I'm better at having to prove myself. And that's funny about failure. I do lecturing at church, and people are like, I get so nervous. It just makes me so nervous because I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to be a failure. I don't want people to say, whoa, she really blew it. She read the gospel when she's supposed to be reading the second reading. I don't want to make a mistake. So what I do is I practice. Every single day I practice. I read it over. I do research on the readings. I find in-depth meaning. And therefore I feel more confident. And that's why I think if we're afraid of failing at weight loss, we have to do the work. I don't fail at lecturing because I practice and do the work. I practice Pray It Off. On Wednesday, for 19 years, I do the entire meeting and make notes in my book. I've done it for 19 years. I don't get up here and wing it. I make notes about what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do. Also, procrastination. That's big with a lot of you. You say, I'm going to lose weight and keep it up, but I'm going to start on the new year because I'm going to have a really busy summer. You've already decided you're going to start January 1. Don't do that. Also, own the fear, practice. I have a big article here on ultra-processed foods like potato chips, sugary cereals, frozen pizzas, ice cream. 73% of the U.S. food supply is ultra-processed foods. 60% of the U.S. diet is ultra-processed food. They have just the right combination of sugar, salt, and fat that you can't stop eating them because they taste so good. And that is what the industry has done. We need to have, there's really good evidence that added sugar is not good for us, high sodium foods aren't good for us, the chemicals aren't good for us because they go to our fat cells. So what we have to do is make a deal with ourselves and say, I really want some chips, but I'm only going to have some chips on Thursday after Pray It Off. You pick dates with your ultra-processed food because if you eat it every single day, you will not heal yourself on this weight loss journey. I have an incredible recipe here for lentil soup, and it's easy, and one of the things I want to say about it is you can cook some ground turkey and add that to it. Get a Costco chicken and shred it and add that to it. So you can really add the protein. It's very easy to make, and I highly, highly recommend it. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby, and play the song.